from Jared Butler's no good. And by the way, Hassan Whiteside now is in double-digit rebounds as well. Jared Butler 0 for 5 tonight. Roby, nice move to the rack, goes high and packs it. That was a pretty move by Isaiah Roby.
Whiteside goes out to defend him, and he blows right by him.
Jabbed right, went left. Whiteside went right. Elijah Hughes, who had a fabulous training camp, draws a foul. Joe Ingles the other day, I asked Joe Ingles, is there any moment in camp where like somebody on the crew, on your team did something and reminded you like, oh wow, he's really good? The first story he told was about Jordan Clarkson. And they were playing kind of an OTA game before training camp started. Clarkson like came in the gym and dropped 40 in the first 5 minutes. And the young kids were looking around like, oh my goodness, who is this? And like really, I guess the story is Jordan's just so talented. These guys all the time are that way. As Hughes makes both free throws. But then Joe Ingles continued to talk about Elijah Hughes and just how dramatically improved he was. They hardly recognized him as a player. So 2 points at the free throw line for Elijah. And a foul on Mia Oni.
I thought that he had a good training camp there as well, along with Forrest.
Trent Forrest was really on his way to playing time on this roster until he banged his head. And he's progressing, but he's still in the concussion protocol. Maladin averaged 10 points a game last year. Has been quiet tonight in 20 minutes just with 4. Underhand scoop and an air ball. Whiteside grabs it and then takes a bunch of extra steps one of them out of bounds. Whiteside avoided fouling out so far in 18 minutes. He had 5 fouls earlier. 107-86 in a game that's really never been close, and I'm not even sure the Thunder actually ever led. The Jazz will go, Thunder led by 2 at one point. They might have scored the first 2 points of the night. .26 seconds left, and they're dealing with something on the clock right now. Adam Silver in the house tonight to see this one. Boy, I got a tour, by the way, down below, Ron. You got to check this out. Ryan Smith has built a new players' lounge for after the game here in the arena, which will have their chef and all their families can stay at. It is unbelievable. Right down by the locker room. It is so beautiful. Roby 3, no good, and the rebound comes down to Fitz, and this will do it. So the Jazz notch their first of what will be many this year. On opening night, 107-86. Jazz led by 12 at the half, then stretched it to 20 in the third. Last year they were the best third quarter team in the league, and they showed that again tonight. And won it by 20. Jared Butler makes his NBA debut in 8 minutes, is unable to score. Dwayne Wade there. Trey Mann comes over to say hi to him, the Florida product. And introduce him to Ryan Smith. Mike Conley stops by over in that crowd to say hi for a second.
Derek Favors gets a lot of attention.
Yes, absolutely. Donovan, a lot of time with him this morning. And the nice thing for these guys is they probably could have spent some time with him last night, which they weren't allowed to do a year ago. Royce O'Neal tosses his shoes into the crowd. We'll have a player interview here, I believe, in a second. Rudy Gobert getting notched up for television. Mike Conley goes over to give Derek Favors a big hug. Kristen, if you can hear me, give it to Madeline. There they go. Sorry, I got to direct some traffic here. Putting in new systems and all those things. And Mike Conley is going to put on the headset here. Give him the microphone. Can you hear me, Mr.
David?
Okay. Can you hear me, Mr. Conley?
Yeah. Oh, I don't hear him yet.
Turn on the... All right. We had a crowd. There we go. All right, we've turned it on. The headphones on. Mike Conley can hear me. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Now?
All right. We'll figure this out.
There it is.
There we go. All right, we got Mike. Thank you for your patience.
All right.
We had to take the nicest guy in the whole NBA. It's your fault for that to you. What was your feeling on tonight?
I thought we came out with the right focus tonight. These games can be emotional. First game of the year, a lot of energy. You never know how the other team's going to come out and perform. So proud of the guys, the way we stuck with the game and kind of went with the ebbs and flows of the game and locked in and was able to get the win.
You guys have the fourth most continuity of any team in the league this year. What does that do for you in this early stage of the year?
Well, I think it allows us to, it gives us the option to skip steps almost in a sense. Like we don't have to, get to know each other. We don't have to learn each other's rhythms and tendencies and things like that, which allows us to just come out and be ourselves and try to build off of who we were at the end of last season. So hopefully that bodes well for us early in the year and we can kind of jump on some teams early.
Mike, thank you very much. Appreciate your patience at the start.
All right, thanks.
Thank you. That's Mike Conley with us after the ball game. We're joined now by Tim Lacombe and Jake Scott. How are you guys?
Good. Not a bad way to start the year, huh?
That's what you should do to the Thunder. They're not very good, but playing these teams early in the year is not easy because as a phrase in the NBA is, they haven't looked in the mirror yet.
Yeah, that's the most dangerous time to get a team like that. But the Jazz did what they should do. I thought they looked really good doing it. Didn't shoot the ball particularly well, but I think we touched on it at halftime in the Coach Wells interview. 18 of those 22 threes were catch and shoot, which are the type they want. I think you could take, they took 47, maybe 4 or 5 that were tougher than normal with a shot clock or against a shot clock. Or just maybe one more pass. But beyond that, I thought shot selection was awesome. I thought the energy was really good.